Hello and welcome to Just Do It, a Dewey Brothers podcast. This week we're coming at you with a big old pile of questions. I'm Alex.
I'm the other one, and his name is Eric.
How have you been doing there, buddy?
Living the good life, toe issues and all that. We love
Yeah, I could
toes.
I could use a foot bath myself,
Oh,
but
Alex, I got my
I'm putting it
Epsom
off.
salt bath right now, and
Ooh,
let's just say the stinky dogs are actually they're drowning right now. I think they might be aquatic animals based off of how much sweat they see in the normal day, but they're doing a lot better right now.
that's good. That's good to hear. It's what we like. We got to keep those dogs chilled off because no one wants hot dogs unless it's for dinner.
Well, this is awkward because I actually like soaking mine in warm water. Give them a nice little soothing jacuzzi type feel. Whereas the bubbles obviously come from the inherent flatulence that I have been having.
Oh, all right. Wow. Okay. Foot bath flatulence. That's not normal.
Nope, nope. It's good. That's natural.
I'll tell you what, Eric. I have been pretty busy at work and pretty boring in life, so that's where I'm at. I went to work. I did some biking today, though. That was exciting.
Oh, biking's fun.
Yep, I got to race
I heard you
around.
got lights. I heard that you are an anti-reflector kind of guy.
I took the reflectors off because they were dorky, and then I
Alex,
also took
Alex.
off the dork guard that keeps the chain from getting stuck in the wheels. Because I'm a man.
Okay, well that I'll give you.
Index
That's cool.
shifters.
That's
Yeah.
cool. Would you say biking is a anti-dorky sport? Like, does the community really look down upon the dorks of the community and sort of like declare them pariahs of the much cooler alpha biker group?
I would say probably, except I only go biking with my Yu-Gi-Oh collectible trading card game, mint condition plastic
Whoa,
backpack,
whoa,
just for
Alex,
my work
Alex, Alex,
equipment.
Alex. I get it. You
Yeah.
don't. Okay, save some ladies for the rest of us. Okay, I get it. You're trying to prove how cool you are with that mint collection Yu-Gi-Oh card,
Backpack, yeah.
backpack. Yeah. Um. Okay, but so this is actually a funny thing,
It's
which
got Blue Eyes White
surprisingly,
Dragon fighting Red Eyes White Dragon. It's pretty cool.
no way, but is Joey Wheeler's Time Wizard on there?
No, I don't have that one. I'm not that cool. The
What?
leader of our
You don't
road
have
biking
the
gang has that one.
you don't have the backpack with Joey Wheeler saying, "Go, baby dragon, turn into 1,000-year dragon with my." Oh God, I just broke my foot bath, Alex.
Oh no. Is
Turn
water
into
going everywhere?
thousand. No, no, no. I think it was just a light little crack. I
Alright.
don't see any leakage right now, but it is getting
Okay.
a lot cooler. I was gonna say with my time wizard.
Right, right. Nah,
Except
dude, but we do
I.
all carry around our Yu-Gi-Oh! Battle discs so that we can play while cycling, because we're
That's true.
dangerous.
Cause
We
it's
play card
time.
games, banish people to their shadow realms, and
Well,
duel.
Alex, I'm gonna ask,
Eric, wait,
what
hold
is
up.
Alex? Nope, nope. I gotta
Yeah.
ask you right now. What is the equivalent of the Shadow Realm in the biking community?
Oh, it's really easy. So
Is it Granny Gear?
no, after I crush my opponents, I bike up next to them and shove a stick in their front spokes, and then they get banished to the shadow realms.
Oh
And we
no!
never see them again.
They're way off back, like not even close to the peloton. They're
Oh
in the
yeah,
Shadow Realm.
it's called getting dropped, aka the shadow realm.
That's fair. That's good. Good stuff.
Yep.
Alex, I don't know. Today I've just been in a very inquisitive mood. As you can tell, I've already asked you a few questions about what you've been up to, and I think we can answer questions from the internet tonight.
All right, it's a good
Today,
idea. Let's
this
go.
morning, this
Yeah,
day. Honestly, I don't
obviously,
know. It's probably this podcast will be uploaded at some point. Whenever the listeners listen to it, that appropriate time.
Eric, this podcast gets uploaded as soon as we finish recording it. Everybody knows that.
Instantly, no edit, no
No,
processing time. Just
no, this is
we're
live.
practically live streaming.
Yeah, we take a really long break at work every Thursday at some time between, I'm gonna say 2 in the afternoon and 8 in the morning.
Yeah, it's sometime.
And sometimes we miss it, but we try our best.
I mean, sometimes we have meetings we can't afford to miss.
Yeah,
So.
exactly. So that's why it kind of fluctuates around, depends on customer meetings. All right, Eric, you should ask me some questions. I'm ready to dispense the internet in the long-running segment that everybody loves, questions from the internet.
Alex, I have a nice little softball for you. So, what's your opinion on UFOs?
UFOs?
Yep.
Ultimate fighting objects?
Um,
Love them.
yeah, if that's what you want to go with.
Unidentified flying octagons? Those are integral to the ultimate fighting objects, Eric. You have to get both of those together to make one full WWE.
Oh, I do love the WWE.
The more
I mean, that's.
mysterious, the better.
I was gonna say we are chefs. And my personal favorite is The Rock, the professional chef, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. When he really asks if you can smell, because he's an aromatic man when it comes to it.
That's true. He's all about the fragrances of your dish. That's
Mm.
absolutely true. And so are
Bobby
the
Flay got
aliens,
nothing
Eric.
on him.
I love me a good UFO. And that's the way you pronounce it. You pronounce it UFO because the guy who invented it said that.
Yeah, it's actually named after John Euphides.
uh,
Euphides, no. I
no,
didn't say
Eric,
anything.
Eric.
I didn't say
Oh
no.
my goodness, I almost
I
had to
didn't
edit
say
that
anything.
out.
I didn't. No, I don't think you do because I didn't say anything.
Okay, good. I was going there, but you jumped in front, just like in WWE SmackDown UFO versus UFO Raw. This Sunday night, the UFO Super Slam. We got Johnny Alien on one side and Roswell, Jimmy Jams the third on the other side. They're fighting. There's so much tentacles. You've never seen this many tentacles in a sanctioned fighting match, Eric.
That's interesting.
Yep. Anyway, I love UFOs, all of them. They're my favorite. Every Sunday
See,
night, but only on pay-per-view, not on real. I think they're too extreme for cable, Eric.
Alex,
I think we got to keep them off of cable.
it's weird that I don't know what house you grew up in thinking that ultimate fighting objects is what UFO stands for. Because I personally was always taught that it stands for uh ugly flipping onomatopoeias. You know, like the schlorps and the schwomp and the
And the clubs. Don't
and
forget
the
a good club.
jlonk and the
Oh,
blip blip and like so things that are really
that's not okay.
guttural and just like the ASMRs of the world that really make you go bleh, but like describes when you flip an object, specifically something of a strange consistency, sort of like a bleh. So like,
Something
one of
between
those things.
solid and liquid. Yeah.
But like the flipping is what causes it to like get that sort of ugly connotation.
Kind of schlub, if you will.
It's a real glurp. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I've always been taught, and personally my opinion on them is they're necessary evils. The English language and all language to be specific, because obviously onomatopoeias transcend cultural barriers. So it's one of those things where everything needs it, because if not, how would you describe the viscous, liquidy sort of schlurp blop that you have of that emanates and radiates outward from your flipper, turning over that big old pile of I don't know, let's say duck gizzards mixed with butter and the ashtray.
Yeah, I mean that is a necessary evil, and I'm glad that we made up words for that in English, Eric. Those are some of my favorite too.
Well,
But
Alex,
I'm really all about those ultimate fighting objects for sure. All right, Eric, we got to
okay.
answer some more questions. I got one for you.
Mm-hmm.
This one's pretty tough, Eric. It's Pie Full of Typos is asking us, what if instead of big wolf-looking doggos, Megumi's divine dogs were toy poodles? Like, imagine these little ankle biters being the bane of everyone's existence as they chase anyone who looks at Megumi the wrong way. I'm not sure who Megumi is, but
I was gonna say I don't know who Megumi is.
I didn't Google it either. That's not what we do on this podcast.
No.
No.
Everything's up here, and I'm pointing to my
But
head and making a sort of bloop 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 kind of sound. Obviously, because I'm still tied up on ugly flipping onomatopoeias. But naturally, Alex, I think that would be
No,
hysterical. Cause
it'd be really funny.
except the worst part is it adds up. Cause do you know what is the most kind of terrible dog to see?
Is it a mini poodle?
It's those ankle biters, man. Those things have an unnecessary amount of energy for how little and small they are, and they're extremely protective. So it makes sense that this Megumi fella rolls around with a herd of them, you know?
Oh yeah, for sure. Megumi, it definitely makes more sense that he's rocking 10 to 15 toy poodles that don't have an outlet for all of their pent up energy, like a larger herding dog would. Instead of like a
Mm-hmm.
big wolf looking
And yeah, instead
menacing
of like
doggo.
the pain going straight to their hips and developing arthritis, they just sort of bite and like drive that energy forward onto others.
Yeah, they just refuse to stop yipping. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like it's
Oh my
just they're
god, those
so
yips. Although
yeah.
like, okay, so I'm just gonna picture this like an ancient Greek sort of like a mythological beast here. Imagine if each yip was enough to like cause your ears to bleed. Like that those are devices of torture right there.
Oh man, that'd be great. What's their weakness?
Their weakness is definitely a swift. Actually, I'm not gonna say it. I was gonna say a boot to the body because they're small. But I was gonna say their real weakness is them lady toy poodles.
Oh, I thought their real weakness was definitely has to be the fur. First, everyone knows you're right, Eric. You got in order to distract Megumi's hounds, you have to bring in those lady poodles to keep
Mm-hmm.
them distracted just long enough for you to sneak in and shear off their poodle fur to relieve them of their magical ankle biting properties.
That's impressive. Yeah. So it's what is it? I believe that's Jason's fleece or someone's fleece that Jason of the Argonauts flew. It was the golden fleece that protected his ship sailing across the Mediterranean
Yeah,
Sea,
it's
of
golden
course.
toy poodle fur. Yeah, that's what makes
Yeah,
it so
that's
dope.
actually
Yep.
the golden toy poodle fur. Very very specific. I will say, Alex, very fitting that we talked about. At least I talked about onomatopoeias and the ugly flipping variety of them because
Yeah.
Megumi, you know that's one.
Oh, well, Megumi ain't the god of I'm gonna say Newtonian fluids. Am I right, boys?
Oh, hey, that one goes out to our boys out there. That's for sure. Alex, I got a killer question because obviously we answered the last one. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. We took care of Pi is full of typos. They're
So
all
yeah,
set.
honestly, while we're talking about it, let's talk about dogs again, which is dog owners, colon, what's your favorite question strangers ask about your dog? And obviously neither of us have dogs.
Right.
So we are perfect to answer this. Personally, what is the favorite question strangers ask about my dog is yo Eric, why are your dogs hanging out in that pool of Epsom water? And I say, well, I got terrible ingrown toenails from the frostbite that I got way back ago. I believe we mentioned it on the podcast. I don't think we did, but right now I'm drowning them to quell the pain and the hatred that they are driving towards me. Because of
Oh, that
course,
of
as the
course.
kids
Yeah.
say, dogs are colloquial now a term for your little digits down on your toes. The dado del
Eric,
pie, if you will.
you got to let those dogs out. They need to breathe,
They
but
gotta
in this
bark.
case,
They're
suffocate.
barking. hmm
So bark them down in those Epsom salts, because that's going to take care of those horrible ingrown
It's
toenails.
a lie. I mean, Alex, Epsom salt, bath salts really gets does the same thing.
Eric,
The
what's the
dogs go wild.
onomatopoeic word that you would best use to describe your toenail's current state?
Sort of like a.
That's frankly disgusting. Eric, the question I get asked most every
About
time
your
I'm
dog,
rocking with
yeah.
Megumi over here
Uh huh.
is yo, why are your ankle biting toy poodles, why are they so shiny?
Oh,
And I gotta tell them,
interesting.
obviously they got magic fur and it shines with the radiance of the sun.
Are you
And
sure it wasn't because I believe that Megumi had to go out of town and he left them with the Pimp My Tractor boys and they accidentally let them swim in the liquid, the molten chromium vats.
well, that didn't help the situation,
Oh, okay.
okay?
It was
Because
already pre-existing
underneath
condition.
underneath their skin was not gold too, but now it's chrome colored, which makes them even brighter.
Oh
So
my
I
goodness, that's
often get
impressive.
asked, "Ow, my eyeballs! Can you like put something on your dog?" And I say, "No, I gotta let those dogs breathe. You know what I mean? I
Hell
gotta get them
yeah.
out there."
That's all natural right there. We
Yeah.
don't do anything. We don't suffocate our dogs. That's not allowed.
And then the cops usually come by and ask me for a restraining order in order to put my dogs on
Like
a leash
a
because they're
leash
biting
or a
too many
muzzle. Yep.
ankles.
Yep, the muzzle.
Um, and
Yeah, the
I
muzzle law is
tell
in
them,
effect.
"You muzzle that dog because I'm not touching it. They're out of control." And then Megumi just gives them a stare down and they leave every time.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
very fair. All right. I mean, we thoroughly answered that one because we
Oh
are a
yeah.
very dog centric podcast.
We're a
That's
dog centric
definitely
podcast. We own
the
dogs or
mhm.
whatever.
I was gonna say if anyone asks about my dog, which is of course Bilo, because he's my homie, he's my DAWG, and if they whatever they normally ask about him, they're like, "Yo, how is he so cool?" And also, why? What's he doing there? And I say, "Oh, he's just pooping in the corner like a good boy." And then they're like, "Ah, word." And then I'm like, "He's also getting us a whole lot of brand deals." And
Oh,
then they're
that's
like,
true.
"Wow, that's pretty neat."
They're like, "Man, how do I get one of these manager
One of these
hamsters,
executive producer
producing
hamsters, and I'm
hamsters?"
like, one in a billion, son.
Yeah, they don't come around every day, Eric. Speaking of which, do you have another question for me?
Yeah, I do actually. This one
Awesome.
is not dog related, but I thought that this would be perfect. So, I will have to admit, I read it wrong at first and I got excited. So the original question was any advice on how to subtly get revenge on a coworker?
Yeah.
But I initially read that as any advice on how to subtly get revenge on a cowboy, and I like that one a lot better. So let's go with that.
Let's answer that question instead. How do you subtly get revenge on a cowboy? That one's complicated.
Oh,
Man,
cowboys are one of the most hotbed topics of the ecosystem. They walk a fine line of hurting and a whole lot of hurting, if you know what I mean.
wow, Eric, that's poetic, which is why the only true way to get to a cowboy, because they have so much patience
hmm hmm
and nothing to lose
Oh,
except their
absolutely
hearts.
nothing. Well,
And that's why
no, they can lose a few more things than their hearts. Their
you gotta
spleens very
you gotta get
sensitive.
deep, Eric. You gotta go. You gotta build the only real way that you can play, what is it, a practical joke or get revenge?
Petty revenge.
Petty revenge. Okay, Eric, the only
Mhm.
true way to get petty revenge on the Cowboys is to become their love interest and then
Ooh,
leave them for another less attractive cowboy so they both get into a gunfight. Okay, and then once there's a gunfight,
interesting.
nobody's a winner. I've listened to those
No.
trail songs. It's
hmm
never good because you can never be a run and gun for long. Eventually, the law is going to catch up to you.
Law man gets you. The IRS will find you and make you pay your taxes.
That's right. They're coming. Them Rangers, Eric. They're going to hunt you down.
See, personally, I would subtly try to get revenge on a cowboy by I'd start playing mind games. Okay. The cowboy I'm thinking of is sort of like a cattle herder, all right, or a cattle rancher. So I would go and I would start shaving numbers into his cows. I'd start off with like one, two, three, four, etc. for how many he has.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
and then I would start skipping numbers.
Oh
So
no.
I'd be coming in and he'd be like, "Oh my god!" Like he'd get so used to seeing like say 1 through 100, and
Yeah.
that's a standard. But then I'd start and I'd like let their hair grow out, and then I'd skip 98, I'd skip 57, and I'd skip 34, and he'd be like, "Where'd 34 and the other numbers go?" And I'd be like, I'd just be sitting watching and maniacally laughing.
Man, that's mean, Eric. That's really a good way to get some petty revenge on a cowboy. I still think you got to take the long road though by salsaing with him in a hot saloon and then probably doing the pico de gallo to kick things up a notch.
Ooh, hey,
And
it takes
then
two to
and
Pico.
then winning his heart and then letting your boyfriend come in and having, him have to run out of town and sing some folk songs about it, you know?
That's pretty good. I
Yeah.
and hey, that would support the already dying music industry, specifically the cowboy sort of hate song, on the run song that we haven't really had in a long time.
Yeah, we need some more of those, you know what I mean? We need a lot of We need songs about running away from whatever from Big Jose, you know.
That's fair.
So, all
Alex,
right,
I think
Eric,
we're all set.
I got
Oh,
one
you
more
have a
question
question?
for you. Yeah, this one's really important. It comes from Armin's real girlfriend. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Armin's real girlfriend asks the Just Do It brothers, "I'm high. How do I get low?" Any thoughts on that one, Eric?
Well, the first thing you're gonna want to do is chop your legs off.
Whoa!
You know, you can't get taller if you got no legs. It is a statistical fact that legs are roughly half of the human body. And if you get rid of them, you're going to be a whole lot lower, my son.
Well, Eric, I don't think you need to chop your own legs off. I think you can contract that out to Megumi's golden poodles, which we know are ankle biters. They'll bite them right off for you.
That's true. That is true.
See, Eric, what I was thinking is if you're really high, you got to use a tried and true method for losing altitude, and that's called big ears. You got to reach up, grab your A risers that go all the way out to the end of your paragliding wing, yank those bad boys. That's going
Mm-hmm.
to cut down on the flyable surface of your wing, and that's going to help you get low.
You know, that's this guy
Uh,
paraglides right here.
but you should never do drugs while paragliding, so obviously you're stone cold sober.
Oh, obviously. You would never do that, ever.
Yeah, never. Unless you're Brazilian, then you're allowed to drink and paraglide. Those are the rules.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Fair enough.
Mm-hmm. So I think
Hmm.
those are the two ways you can get low, Armin's real girlfriend. I know you're super high, but we're going to help you get to a lower altitude for sure. All right, Eric,
Yeah.
is it time? It's that time of the podcast again, isn't it?
I think it's time to thank our gosh darn sponsors, man.
Oh, baby, we got to thank those sponsors. I'd like to thank, as always, Big Rose, dropping
Mm-hmm.
new products all the time. This one, this time they dropped Big Rose's 20 questions, and every question is, should I drink more rose? And the answer is yes. So get 20 questions by Big Rose, everybody's favorite rose drinking game.
That's right. Big Rose is outranching into the everly increasing adult board game market, and come on, get your 20 rose questions now. Alex, I would have to this sponsor, very internal. We're thinking the JDI Records brand new record label with their um hit new album from one of their top artists, which is Run and Gun by Jebediah Bilo. Man is not an industry plant in the slightest. And he's here to finally deliver that good old toot and rough and tough music about being on the run and gun after some terrible man sought petty revenge on him and forced him to fall in love romantically with someone who was already in a relationship and then proceed to have a duel with said lover.
Don't forget the interlude where he goes on a long, incoherent, babbling rant about how his cows are numbered wrong.
Oh, it is
Get it?
spoken word.
Out now. Get it wherever records are sold. This podcast is brought to you by Homegrown Hops. That's right. It's almost hop o'clock. So stay on those hops because they are getting ready to cone and they've probably been coning. Watch out for them cones. It's going to be harvesting time in a few short months or two.
Also, check in now to get your very own piece of chromium fleece. That's right. Protect yourself from the gods. Sail your ship and your crew of Argonauts all across the Mediterranean without no fear of sea monsters or other bewitching little spirits. Get your very own piece of the chromium fleece today.
This week, Just Do It podcast is brought to you by Sporg. That's right. Your very own ugly flippin' onomatopoeia. Sporg!
Wow, that is absolutely beautiful. Also now, promoting the Just Do It dog kennel. We will look after any sort of terrible puppy, dog, and sort of whatever beast you bring us, because our standards are low. And hey, if you got some of Megumi's death toy poodles, we'll look after those too. A little bit of a higher rate because this is a business, and our main dog, below the executive producer, needs to make his money.
For an extra day rate, we will also take care of your digits or sausages. That has been Just Do It, a Dewey Brothers Questions episode podcast. Thank you for potting with me, Eric. I'm
Oh, thank
Alex.
you, Alex. I loved it. I'm Eric.
And for the love of God, man,
Hey, just send it.